Well, time now is almost 10:30 in a few seconds. Thanks for waking up with us this morning. Well, Davis is here next to me.
I am.
Davis.
Always by your side.
Yes, he's attesting to it. Well, it's warm out there, and some people might be thinking about doing some outdoor work, maybe some work around the house too.
Yeah, it's definitely warm. Maybe a day to, especially with all the rain moving through, you just kind of want to be careful of that. But maybe you don't know exactly where to start, right?
Correct.
That's where Inspired Lumber can help out. We have Kolin joining us this morning for Small Business Saturday. Welcome in.
Hi, thanks. Thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
Of course.
Happy to have you in.
Thanks, I appreciate that.
Well, tell us about Inspired Lumber.
So Inspired Lumber Workshop, we're a interesting place, that's for sure. We opened up just over 3 years ago. We live over in the Old Orchard neighborhood, and after watching my husband do some pretty sketchy things with some power tools, we decided that it was important that he have a safer space to do what he needed to do. He was doing some small jobs, decks, mudrooms, things like that, and it got really scary watching him. When I got sent home for my job during COVID, I was like, oh, things have to be better. And so we started looking for a commercial space for him to work out of. And then it just kind of this late night conversation turned into, if we shifted our focus from producing things to instead providing access and education, then everybody wins, right? And so if you wanted to figure out how to put cove in your dining room, or you wanted to put a deck on or something, instead of having to go out and spend thousands of dollars on tools you may need for that one job, you could come in and you could have the oversight, you could have somebody there to assist you with it, and you don't have the expense of the tools. And so that's where the workshop came from.
There's a lot of education, I'm guessing.
Oh, yeah.
And just anybody stepping into your business, like that's huge.
Yeah, so woodworking is one of those things where, yes, everybody can do it, but can you do it well, right? So if you have the right tools to do it, you're setting yourself up for a bigger success, right? So if you're just trying to figure it out on your own, you may go through a lot of waste, you may injure yourself, there's a lot of potentials that could happen there. And the workshop certainly provides a space where we have that oversight. So my husband or one of the 5 or 6 guys who work there, there's always somebody in the shop that can assist with being able to make those or to educate you on how to do the cuts. We always encourage people to do them themselves because that's how you learn, and we want people to learn. We're not saying don't have your own home wood shop. We're saying learn how to do it. And the great part about us too is that we have a community, which is wonderful. The community piece of it has just been, we hoped for it, but it is just in folds, it's happening, which is beautiful.
Can you speak a little bit more about that?
Yeah, so when members come in, they have access to the shop to be able to come in and do whatever, but they're also working on projects that they're teaching us, right? So we're all kind of learning together. They'll come in and be like, gosh, I wonder what it would take to do this. And so all of a sudden, everybody who's working on their projects kind of comes to the table and like, oh, well, maybe we should try this. And then Google happens and YouTube happens and they're like, oh, and Home Depot's behind us. So it's like, hey, now we've made this cool thing happen. Right. We also have a really amazing program. Probably the biggest thing that we do is our Salute to Carpentry program. We started this knowing that we wanted to benefit the veteran and first responder population in our community. We wanted to support them in some way, but we weren't sure what that looked like. So back in January of 24, we started Salute to Carpentry. It's a 6-week program, initial 6-week program, where they learn fundamental woodworking skills while they're making a project. So right now they're making, I was going to bring it in, but the rain stopped me.
Sorry about that.
Yeah, thanks, David. A foot locker. So over that course of that time, they're going, most of these folks have never touched power tools or have very little experience with them. So we walk them through the process of creating this beautiful foot locker. A lot of them turn into toy chests for grandkids and various things. They work on the laser engraver, they do stuff. And then on the last week, they have an opportunity to do things like these cutting boards. This is called our Build It Forward program. So while they're receiving all of these benefits for free, we charge them nothing to come in and do this. This is an opportunity for them to make projects that we can then sell, and then it benefits the program. So these are all signed by the different veterans. This is Wayne's. He's a Navy guy, and then we have our project logo. So
that's so cool.
Yeah, and then this is Brad's. These are all natural color woods, so these are all. They're only touched with mineral oil, and that's it. So we can teach people how to do. This is one. We actually have a cutting board class on for everybody. They can come in, sign up for a cutting board class, and they leave that night with a beautiful cutting board.
Out of curiosity, with you guys working with so many, veterans and people that are in first responders, why is this important for them to have this kind of outlet?
Yeah, so there's just not enough services out there to support the veterans, especially when they're coming home from service. A lot of them go through mental health and PTSD issues. The suicide rate is rising regularly, and there's something very naturally therapeutic about working with wood. To be able to take a piece of raw wood, cut it, form it, shape it, do whatever you need to actually create something beautiful. There's a really positive impact that happens. And I always talk about the people get lost in the hum of the silence in the wood shop. And that's just a really cool thing. They go in there with carrying all of this heavy weight, and then they leave having experienced something that seems so natural and something so simple, but there's just something that's very releasing about it. Not to mention the camaraderie that comes along with it, that they get to spend time with people who understand what it is that they've been through.
Yeah.
So as we started to see the benefit of this program, we actually founded our nonprofit, which is called the Inspired Lumber Project. It raises the funds to provide access, so 100% of the funds raised to that allows another veteran or first responder to go through the program and receive these just life-changing benefits. To this point, since January of 24, we've had nearly 200 veterans and first responders go through the program.
That's incredible.
It has just been overwhelming. And then as they graduate through the program, they get absorbed right into our regular membership. So they're not just with just veterans and first responders, but they have access to be able to come at any time to be able to utilize the shop for their own personal projects or to build it forward in projects like this.
Very cool. Where are you? So where are you guys located?
So we're located across from Cricket West, catty corner from Costco.
I was just there yesterday.
Yeah, so if you're looking, like when I look out my front door, I look directly at Yogaja, and Calvino's over at Cricket West.
Okay.
So we're in that long stretch. Ernest Brew Works is in there, so and Flip the Table. Awesome. We're in that stretch.
Yeah, and those hours are on your screen right now. That'd be great to have and reference later.
Very cool.
Well, we are so happy you could stop in today.